Welcome to HS Stories, Tale of the Crimson-Maned Lion. Once, hidden beneath the emerald shroud of an ancient forest known only in whispers as Kuro, there ruled a lion unlike any seen before. His name was Ruharo, and though he bore the shape of a lion, his mane shimmered like spilled blood, crimson as a warrior's wound. It was said he did not age, that his roars made the trees tremble and rivers reroute, that he'd bargained with something not of this world. But Ruharo hadn't always been this way. Learn valuable lessons from inspiring stories. Subscribe now. The Lost One. Long ago, Ruharo had been a mere cub, hungry, neglected, and forgotten in the aftermath of a pride war. His mother slain, his pride scattered, he survived by stealing scraps and hiding in burrows made by others. The forest of Kuro had always been sacred, older than memory, and humming with secrets. Animals whispered that it was cursed, but young Ruharo wandered too far into its heart, chasing a scent of fresh meat one twilight. There, in the hollow beneath a dead fig tree, he found a being, not an animal, not a spirit, but something in between. It had no eyes, only antlers made of polished bone, and it spoke in 1,000 whispers. You hunger, it said, not just for meat. For respect. For vengeance. Ruharo, young and trembling, answered, I want to be king. I want to be feared. I want to never be weak again. Then let it be done, hissed the thing, but remember, every gift has its weight. With a kiss upon his brow, the thing vanished. Ruharo's mane darkened, then shimmered into crimson. His body thickened, stronger than any lion's. His claws could tear bark from the ironwood trees. But the forest felt colder from that day onward. The rule of terror. Years passed. Ruharo grew into legend. He claimed the forest of Kuro as his domain, renaming it Ruharo's Spine. Herds fled. Packs bowed. Birds fell silent when he passed. Even the leopards and elephants gave wide berth to his patrol, and yet, he was not content. Ruharo began demanding tribute, bones, feathers, hides, from the creatures of the forest. He declared that no animal could eat without his permission. The punishment for disobedience. Death. He built a throne of twisted roots and skulls, beneath a canopy where even the sun dared not shine. It was said that his reflection no longer appeared in still water, and that he slept with his eyes open, always listening. Always watching. Among those who suffered under his rule was a young porcupine named Kia. She had lost her siblings to a punishment raid by Ruharo's jackals. Yet, she nursed no hate, only a question, why must one rule through fear? She journeyed to the edge of the forest, to speak with the ancient owl, the one creature Ruharo never dared to touch, the whisper of truth. The ancient owl lived high atop a rotting pine tree, blind but all-seeing. You wish to stop the crimson lion? He rasped, then you must undo what was done. But know this, little one, what he has become cannot be slain by tooth or claw. Only by truth. He told Kia the secret. Ruharo's power came from an ancient pact, sealed with the forest itself. Each act of cruelty fed the darkness inside him. But if the balance of life were restored, if even the smallest dared to defy him, his bond would weaken. Truth is a flame, said the owl. One small spark can set a forest ablaze. Kia nodded. She had a plan, the spark in the undergrowth. Kia returned to the forest, not with an army, but with courage. She began to speak, to badgers, to monkeys, to deer and hyenas. We have lived in fear long enough. Ruharo is not invincible. His power comes from our silence. If even one of us says no, he begins to fall. She planted hope like seeds, quietly at first. Whispers turned to murmurs, murmurs to roars. Then came the day Ruharo demanded his tribute, a freshly killed wild dog pup, from the meerkats. They refused. Ruharo came himself. With a growl that made the ground quake, he stood before the tiny sentinels. You dare defy me? The eldest meerkat, a mother named Sifa, stepped forward. You are not our king, she said. You are a shadow feeding on fear. Something cracked in the air. Not loud, not seen, but felt. Ruharo snarled and lunged, but tripped. His paw faltered. His eyes blinked. For the first time in years, confused, he returned to his den and found his throne crumbling. The roots were decaying. He roared to the sky, but no birds fled. He looked into the water, and saw nothing. Reckoning, Ruharo returned to the old fig tree, heart pounding. I kept the pact. He shouted, I ruled as you said. The being reappeared, older now, frielier. Its antlers cracked at the edges. Yes, it said. And now the forest reclaims its due. You fed the roots with fear. But now they rot, and so do you. Ruharo felt his body weaken. His claws dulled. His mane lost its crimson hue. The whispers that had once protected him now screamed in his ears. He fled, northward, to the dead hills, never to return. The forest breathes again. With Ruharo gone, the forest of Kuro stirred with new life. The animals did not crown a new king. Instead, they formed the Council of the Clearings, where all species had a voice. Balance returned. The rivers sang again. Flowers bloomed in corners long forgotten. Kia, the porcupine, never claimed credit. She returned to her hollow, humming softly, but when young ones asked about the time of terror, she would say only, power that comes from pain will always turn on its wielder. But courage, even a tiny spark, can unmake a tyrant. And in time, even Ruharo's name was lost to the moss and the wind. Moral, power gained through cruelty always demands a price.